Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another episode of Robot Rumble 2. In today's episode, we're going to be doing something I'm pretty excited for. If I'm being honest, I'm pretty excited for this one. So, with last episode being released, we had new components added to the game. Now, with that being said, the new components, I still have no idea what I'm doing. I've actually done 3 spinners in a row in each episode now, so I'm going to take a break from a spinning weapon for now, and I'm going to kind of go back to the roots of robotic combat. With that being said, the roots of robotic combat, in my opinion, is a pushing robot. Now, the robot that I'm going to be making today isn't just going to be a pusher. I'm going to try to add an electric flipper to it as well, but we'll see how it truly goes just because a few things in this game are a little broken right now just because of the new update. So, with that being said, let's jump into the workshop and I'll let you know about the robot that we're making. Alright, we are here in the robot lab, and in today's episode, we are creating a PLOW robot. Now, Josh Doing Things YT posted a couple comments throughout the last couple episodes. They wrote, just make a fast as all hell rammer with a plow on it. 8 wheels, can be flipped from anywhere but the front, and it just wants to kill you. Make sure it isn't rather flat so it could fit what looks like a full-on plow. And then they wrote another comment in the previous episode saying, I'm going to go back and say, big flippin' scoop, 8 wheels, hell yeah, noom noom. So we're creating a noom noom today, guys. Today's a noom noom episode. I can't say that more than a couple times because noom noom just sounds weirder and weirder the more I say it. So, with that being said, I'm going to build a rather ginormous robot today. And I already know for a fact I'm going to have a problem trying to fit everything in and still being within the weight limit. But we're going to try our best. So I'm going to make a somewhat decent chassis design and I will go from there. Okay, so I made an interesting design, I guess. It's a giant robot, as you can see. It barely fits on the grid that I actually have. So the front of the robot is going to be right here, with the back of it being this little butt spot right here. But my plan for this robot is to have 4 wheels on each side, meaning there would be 8 total wheels. And I just want to point out before I add anything, look at how much I'm at already. I'm already at 76 kilograms. The max is 110, and I only have a little square. I mean, it's not a little square, but you know what I mean. It's a big square. I only have the bottom part of the chassis, and we're almost overweight. So, let's try to add stuff. I'm definitely going to have to mess with the material on this, just because I don't know. This is going to be a fun one. Another shout out, by the way, to VZ the bot, who has been very helpful with everything that they tell me about. In the previous episode, I made a comment about these motors, the brushless motors. Apparently, which I think is really cool, for brushless motors, you can actually put way more voltage into a drive motor compared to a regular brush motor. So I want to mess with it. I really do. I'm very curious how these work, but I think I have to stick with what I know. And what I know is definitely not brushless for now. I heard that a few of the brushless motors are a little bugged currently in this latest patch, so I'm probably going to stick with what I know is best, which is a 28400, because I know what to hook up to them, and I know how to give them a lot of power, especially if I want a lot of power in this drive. This robot's huge. This motor usually looks big on a robot, and it looks tiny. I'm gonna have to shrink this a little bit, kind of like that. So I'm gonna add all of the motors. I'm gonna add transmissions to these motors so they can go even faster, and I'm gonna fill this robot up with batteries. Like that's the #1 plan. Before I even work on anything, I'm gonna have batteries in this robot with all the motors. So I will add everything right now, and I will get back to you once the wheel motors are down, and hopefully we can work from there. So, I think I added everything for the wheels, at least, the wheel motors. I think they look pretty good to me. I did change the color a bit, and I also added the chassis because I think this is the chassis walls that I just wanted to continue, so I just made them look better, and then I removed the top panel by clicking remove panel. But my plan was, I'm still kind of confused with what I want to do essentially, But I'm going to add a giant ass plow on the front of this robot, which would be right here. And I actually might end up shrinking it a bit. I'm not sure yet. Everything looks lined up to me. I think it all looks good. The space in between everything looks fine as well. This is going to be a fast robot. That's all I'm going to say. And I just realized I'm going to need 4 ESCs for this. So I'm going to put the insides in first before I do anything else, just because we're getting close to the 70 to the 110 kilograms. So I'm going to put everything in that I need, and I guess we'll see what happens from there. Damn, that's a lot of batteries. And we're at 95 kilograms, and I haven't even added the giant ass plow that I'm planning on doing yet, which scares me a little bit, I'm going to be honest, because I'm planning for that to be around 20 kilograms at least. So I'm going to have to make sure that the actual chassis is going to be weaker than pretty much the rest of the robot, which isn't good in a sense, but also this is going to be a front heavy robot for sure. So we're going to work on that, and I don't know if I want it to be a flipper or not. Now, I don't have a design yet for the plow, but I'm going to be working on one soon. Everything should be plugged in, though. I'm going to hook up the movement of this robot. I just want to see how fast it goes. This was more of a pain in the ass than I ever thought it would be. It's a little whack right now, but it works. I kept an open spot just in case I wanted to add a Shremik, but I'm not sure yet. I still have a bunch of batteries left over for the actual plow itself. So we should be okay on batteries. I can actually probably get rid of a few if I really need to. We're at 95, so that means we have 15 kilograms worth to spend on the plow before I have to start worrying about the thickness of everything, which I'll just do right now actually. That kind of works. I mean, it only brought us down a little bit, but I don't know. This is gonna be a weak robot until it only gets hit in the front. This robot goes noom noom for sure. Look how fast this thing is. It goes so fast. Wow. So the next step for this robot, in my opinion, is to actually add the front plow now. I'm very nervous about this part, especially because I don't know yet if I want it to be an electric flipper or not. Pause. Alright, hold on. I'm doing a post-editing comment real quick. I just gotta say real quick, because I was talking about an electrical flipper. Actually, currently, in this current build that we have, pneumatic flippers don't work. They have the wrong outputs and inputs and everything like that. So the only way that I could actually do it is an electric flipper. Continue. Like, I can just put it on a servo kind of mode, but I don't know. I'm not sure, because if it gets flipped, this plow is going to be like yay tall. It's going to be pretty big, I think, at least. I'll make the snow plow right now, and then we'll get back to it once it's made, so I can get a better idea, I guess. Okay, so I have a plan. So I just want to point out, this is the snow plow right now. It doesn't look great, but it's supposed to go this way. It's gonna be a biggin, and I kind of want to try the flipper part. I want to see if it can work. I'm not 100% sure how this is gonna go, but I guess we'll see. So I'm gonna try to work on it. I'm trying to add a little belt right here and everything, but who knows? Let's see what happens with it. All right, I think I figured it out. Although we are only 3 kilograms away from actual weight, I think it looks pretty good. It's getting there, you know what I mean? Like, I can't complain. I just want to show you real quick what it can do to a 100 kilogram crate. It can lift it pretty good. My only concern is the temperatures do get pretty high with this thing. As you can see, the smoke kind of coming out of the robot. I think it looks pretty good. It drives really well. This might be the best driving robot I have, just because of its speed. I'm not sure if I really want it to be a flipper. That's my only concern. Like, it's alright as a flipper. As you can see, it kind of works, but something about it I just want it to ram, you know? I just want it to ram into other things. So I might have to eventually add a wedge kind of on the plow itself just so it can get under a robot. But I'm working with a real tight frame right here. So I'm at the point where I have to now look at something else as a type of material for our robot. And there's not a lot of things that I can really select between. It's all gonna be pretty high, so I might have to lower the actual size of the robot, which I'm not excited to do if I have to. Oh, I did something. I did things, and I think it looks really cool. I don't know. I don't know why I like this so much. I kind of was just messing with the chassis designs, and I added a bunch of layers just to kind of mess around with it. I don't know, something about it is really cool. I'm trying to currently sync up the chassis part to where this plow kind of leads right here, so I'm trying to connect this stuff right here. But other than that, this robot looks really cool. I got rid of the flipper mechanism just because with everything that I added, it added an extra like 15 to 20 kilograms, and I can't do it for this robot, especially because it's such a, I don't know, it's such a powerful and heavy robot. I needed to kind of stay away from it a little bit. But yeah, this robot's looking pretty cool. I added a few forks. I'm gonna edit the shapes of these soon, but look at this robot, guys. This thing is so cool looking. I really like this thing. I went crazy on the secondary color, and it almost looks like the Teen Titans logo or the Teen Titans building. I don't know why I get that vibe. But I added a 90-degree hinge on the front wedge so it kind of flex right there, as you can see. And I haven't flipped this robot, but it's so heavy you can barely flip it. And it doesn't work when it's flipped. So I'm probably going to have to add a streamic device of some sort, and I think I want to implement this T somehow with it. I feel like that would be kind of a cool little design, but this robot is coming together. This might be the coolest chassis design I've made so far. I'm going to be working on it. The white is kind of bothering me just a little bit. It's a little too white for my flavor. This one's fine, but this one is not. Like, it's just way too bright. It might just be the material it's set at, so we'll see with that. But yeah, I'm gonna be focusing now on adding forks to this. I like the design that I have right now, but I don't like the squareness shape that I got going. So I'm gonna try to focus on that, and I'm gonna be planning on working on this little part right here as well. I might just add something there, who knows. But the chassis is looking awesome. I might be in love right now. I don't want to just say that. I might be in love. This is a giant ass plow robot. Oh, I love it. It's really cool looking. It's very clean. That's what I like about it. It's very clean. Yeah, I'm going to do a few minor touches, and then I'll get back to it once I figure out a few things. And from there, I guess we'll see what's going to happen. So I did a decent amount of work off camera. I just kind of wanted to get exactly what I wanted down, and I had tunnel vision almost. I had to just like completely just focus on what I was doing. It's hard to explain because I was in such a weird mood. I've never really felt like that before when doing a robot, but I felt like I just needed to work and just get it all out, to get everything that I wanted just done. So essentially what I did was I added a few of these. As you can see, they're kind of like a point kind of wedge. And I added 2 little butt plates as well, kind of going with the same vibe right here. And the last thing I did was add an actual shrimmage. I can't say the word shrimmage. Scrimmage. It's a shrimmage. I think that's how you say it. But essentially, I made it so it's not perfect, but it does get the there. Maybe it's not good. There we go. It works. It works. I promise you guys. It might not be 100% efficient, but it works. And I have it all hooked up in this terrifying disaster right here. Pretty much everything is run off of these batteries right here. I have a bunch of batteries, and they all are going into this 6-port battery hub. And this 6-port battery hub is connected to everything, essentially. Now, one other thing that I really want to do for this robot, and I am getting very close to this weight limit, I just want to point out that I have been reducing everything possible just for this to work. Like, everything material-wise is all set to 1. Even the shrimmage, the plow is only 3.4, so it's only 18 kilograms. It's not that great. I guess I can lower these down since they're not as insane, and that'll give us a little more breathing room, but I do want to add spikes on top of this as well, because I was testing out this robot before making some final adjustments. Every time something happens where this robot gets underneath, the other robot will just fly up, and it can't grapple. So if I add spikes right here, it could do damage, 1, and 2, it can also control the robot that is trying to possess. So I'm thinking about just adding a few Oh gosh, these ones right here. There's a bug on my. I'm gonna get this bug. Yeah, God. Yeah. I got a bug on my. There was a bug on my desk. It was a little fly or something, a little gnat. What my plan is to add a couple spikes up here. Now I do have to worry about weight. I don't know how much these weigh. 0.1. Okay, that's not bad. So that'll just add a little bit of help for our robot, and I might make these a little longer, to be honest. Kind of like that. So I'm gonna copy this over to the other ones. Oops, nope, not like that. Ooh. There they are. I really wish there was an undo option in this game. I feel like that would be awesome. It would just help a lot, I feel like, with me being a stupid idiot sometimes, you know? There we go. That looks pretty good, actually. Oh, this robot is clean. I love this robot. I haven't named it yet, and I was waiting to do it. I'm gonna, of course, name this robot Noom Noom. Noom Noom it is. This is the robot named Noom Noom. So there is one final thing that I want to do with this robot just to get it all squared away and ready to fight, and that is nuts and bolts. Now I don't see a lot of nuts and bolts on this robot. I am cutting this very close, but I don't think we're going to go over the weight limit either way. So I'm going to add some nuts and bolts to this robot and hope it doesn't really affect the weight. I doubt it, but there's only one way to see. So let's start adding some nuts and bolts. Nut and bolts. Newton boots. Definitely a nut and bolt right here. Nut and bolt right there. Nut and bolt down there. And another one right next to it. Nut and bolt. I guess a nut and bolt right here. Nut and bolt down here. Change it to white. Nut and bolt. A little nut and bolt. A little bit of nut and bolt in my life. A little bit of nut and bolt all night long. A little bit of nut and bolt is all I need. A little bit of nut and bolt in the sun. A little bit of Monica in my life. And this is nut and bolt number 5. Nut and bolt. Nut and bolt. Nut and bolt. Nut and bolt on the wedge. One more for the fun of it, I guess. And that is all the nut and bolts that I think this robot is going to get. There was a lot of options to put nuts and bolts down, but I don't want to make this robot specifically like decked out in nuts and bolts. I already did 2 different colors of nuts and bolts, so it's kind of a little weird, but I think it works well. I think there's a few spots that like right here I'm not 100% sure about, but it would make sense if one were to be there also. So I'm going to keep it like it for now. And I think this robot's ready to fight. I think we're about ready to go into the Robomania arena and start a fight with another robot. So I guess I'll see you there. So I felt the best matchup for Noom Noom would be against Scoop. There it is, the episode 3 wedge robot that I created on this channel. Haven't done any updates on this thing at all, actually, like 0 tweaks. I even think the battery drain is still a little messed up. I have no idea. Especially since all of my other robots, when the update came out for battery drain, I had them all hooked up wrong. So essentially, all my robots were broken until I fixed it. And I'm not sure if I fix Scoop. There it is. But I guess we're going to see. Let's jump right into this match because I am very excited for it. We got Noom Noom going up against Scoop. There it is. Let's jump right into it. Noom Noom and Scoop. There it is. Noom actually gets a good push against the wall. Scoop, there it is, trying to get the flank. They both back up. And this is going to be a pushing fight. I don't think there's going to be a knockout in this. I don't see a single way there can be a knockout. This is just a test to see who the better grappler is. And obviously Noom Noom is a faster pusher. Pushes Scoop, there it is, against the wall that backs up. Those pointy, he's not really getting underneath is what I'm noticing. Right there, it does it though. A very interesting fight so far. I'm trying to see if I need to update Noom Noom at all. That's a good grapple spot that I want. I think that's actually going to be, that's what I was trying to do this whole time. You can see the stream, it kind of go up a little bit right there on Noom Noom. Noom Noom is going to be hard to say when I'm doing broadcasting for Robomania. It's going to be a little weird for me, but I guess I'm going to try to get used to it. This fight is very pushy so far. neither robot can really get underneath. Noom got underneath at one time, and it's kind of just more of stabbing it. There we go, getting some pressure. It's got those 8 wheels compared to 4, so it's got double the drive essentially against Scoop. There it is. So that's always pretty good. They keep backing up. I mean, honestly, without hazards in an arena, this is going to happen with 2 wedge robots going up against each other. It's not going to be the most entertaining battle. It's going to be a battle of motors, essentially. Which robot has the better motors, the more power and batteries, because it's going to be a pushing match essentially the entire fight if there's no hazards. I'm going to try to add some hazards in the future as well. I haven't truly planned out what I want to do yet. I think, ooh, there's a really good push right there. See, if there was a hazard where it pushed it, that could have been a lot of damage done by Noom. But as of now, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I kind of want to get some flippers in the arena, but I also want to do some spinning hazards. I don't want to do a pits. I'm not a big fan of the pits because it ends the matches way too quick. That's just my opinion. But I don't know. I've never been a big fan of them. Ooh, almost got the flip off. It doesn't have the power to flipper, but it definitely tried and actually flipped over with the streaming. That's hilarious. That's awesome. It used it as a weapon. And now I think this match is essentially over. 10 seconds left, less than it actually. And Noom is getting the push. And it looks like that will be it for this match. Obviously, I think Noom won that fight. I'm not going to have a full judge's decision yet based off of these exhibition matches, but in the future, there will be a big rule set that's going to be going on and everything like that. So I'm just going to say Noom is this little winner right here today. I guess it's not a little winner, but it's a pretty freaking big winner, actually. Alright, guys, so I think that'll be the end of the episode. I'm not sure exactly how long this episode was. It feels like it was a lot shorter of an episode just based off of recording because I did a lot of stuff off camera. I apologize for that. I will try my best not to do that anymore. I just get so attached to doing something, and I'm just so, like I said, tunnel vision that I just have to keep completing it. I don't know. I guess we'll see how long this episode is. It could be normal. But if not, I apologize. And I hope you guys had a great time watching this episode. Thank you again, Josh Does Things. I think that was Josh Does Things. Is that what your name was? I'm sorry, Josh Doing Things. Thank you, Josh Doing Things. I appreciate your suggestions on the Noom. Hell yeah, 8 wheels suggestion. It was a fun one. I got away from spinners, which I think I've been doing a lot of them lately, so I just wanted a little break. I am planning on doing a lifter grappler in the next episode, kind of a robot that can pick up another robot and slam it with a suplex. So if you have any fun ideas for that, there's a couple good suggestions in the previous couple episodes, but other than that, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, weekday, weekend, whatever it may be. And with that being said, guys, I hope you have a good one.